Well, we're excited to have you tonight. This is what I know of AFSP's first virtual YAPPY hour for our Paws Prevention. So to get us started.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
We had to get started with that little song that brings back some memories. So my name is Jessica. I'm the Regional Director with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Super excited to be here tonight. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love dogs. And if I can entice my little one with some treats, he'll come on screen. But ironically, over the last few weeks, I've taught him not to bug me when I'm on Zoom. So it's going to be a little interesting. But I will be honest, I have been looking forward to tonight for quite a while. I think it will be Paws Down, the best meeting I have all year long, and I hope it's yours too. But to get started, because we're all here tonight, is I wanted to kind of go around the, what I'm calling the water bowl this evening, and just get some introductions. So if you could say your name, where you're from, if you're comfortable sharing, your state, city, maybe your local chapter, and of course introduce your pups, because that's why we're all here, or lizards or birds or whatever it may be that is with you this evening. So to get started, I know that everyone is muted, so I'll call your name, I'll unmute you, and then you can go ahead and introduce. So let's start with Tanya.
Okay.
I think Tanya might be frozen, so let's go on to Jim and Penny.
Hi, I'm Penny. I'm from Escondido originally, and we live in Valley Center, and we have 3 dogs laying down on the ground here. We have Bondo, Poppy, and Wyatt, all rescues, and we foster for a rescue.
Awesome.
As a hobby.
Well, welcome, and welcome to your pups as well. So how about Cheryl?
Hi, everybody. I'm Cheryl. This is Chewy. And we're from San Marcos, California in North San Diego County.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Cheryl and Chewy. And let's see. How about Kelly?
Oh, thank goodness. This is Abby. Abby, this is her first Zoom meeting, so she's a little anxious and excited to get going. I'm a co-chair for the Pasadena experience, and just so happy to participate in this YAPPY hour.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Now your pup can go off and run and play.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's try to go back. Is Tanya on again? There we are.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Tanya. I'm from Hacienda Heights, California, and I have 2 dogs. Zadie and Zoe, which are going to start barking right now. Hey, girls.
Awesome. I know, I think this is the first meeting where I'm not worried about dogs barking in the background. Okay, Cindy. Oh. There you are. Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm Cindy Bowman. I'm on the board for the Orange County chapter. This is my granddaughter Lily and my grandson Grady. We are babysitting this evening. And then tomorrow night we're going to be babysitting the grand dog. So that's what we do. But yeah, I love AFSP and the cause and everything else. So I said, you guys want to go to the YAPPY hour with me tonight? So here we are.
Awesome. Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And be a dog.
And how about Jeanette?
Hi, I'm Jeanette. This is way too much of a princess to, say hello or anything. But I'm Jeanette. I work with the Los Angeles and Central Coast chapter as one of the co-chairs of the board, and I'm also one of the co-chairs for the Mentor Experience. I'll be doing Hope Rocks a week from Saturday. It's gonna be super fun. You should come. And I just love Jessica. She's the best. So I'm here with her.
And I think you like my dog more than me, but that's okay.
That's not true. I do love a boo, but
Easy. Okay, so we have Margaret. Oh, let me unmute you.
Mute.
There
Okay.
you go.
Hi, here's Sammy. Kelly knows Sammy. He's walked in, I think, 4 walks now.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Sammy.
Thank you.
And then we have Michelle.
Wait.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle, and I am from San Diego, California with Golden State Service Dogs, and I'm a certified rehabilitation counselor. So I specialize in working with clients with various abilities and disabilities who use their dogs either as pets or therapy or service dogs to help serve the community or their household for various medical needs.
Awesome. We look forward to hearing a little more about and meeting your pups in a bit.
Yeah, thanks. I have Callie and Katie in the background. Katie is the cute little one who's a little bit more energy. And then Callie is my senior pup who gets away with murder.
I don't know, former service dog, probably still the best trained senior pup out there.
Without a doubt. I have a cookie on my desk and they're like trying to weasel their way into getting it.
Oh, it's awesome. Okay, so and we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm from Rhode Island, so I'm a long distance away. I'm just here for every other pup, and I have stuffed otter. I don't know if that counts.
I mean, I think technically that's isn't that the dog of the sea? So it counts. I like it. And we have a couple people off screen, but if you do want to come on and just introduce yourself. So we have Maria.
Hold on.
Okay.
There we go. Got it? Sachi, it's okay, quiet.
So who do you have there, Maria?
So I have Jake and Sachi. Can you guys see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. I can see you, but I didn't see. Okay. So there's Jake. And there's Sachi. Quiet.
I think someone's trying to get your attention.
Oh. So I work I also work in the pet industry. I work at IB Pet here in San Diego as well, in Imperial Beach, and I am a certified veterinary technician. And I also volunteer for the Humane Society. I've done a couple of rescues, one in Imperial Beach and another one here in Chula Vista, Bonita. So I think I like animals. Just a little bit.
Well, you're in the right place.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining. And we
Sure.
have, is Louisa still there? She might be taking care of her human babies. Then how about Cheryl? Did Cheryl already came on, huh? Okay, perfect. So we got everybody. Well, welcome so much. So to get started, this event is part of the greater SoCal Out of the Darkness experience this year. And a few of you mentioned walking in our previous walks. So those that aren't aware is that every year AFSP hosts Out of the Darkness community walks. And these walks take place in communities around the country, about 400 plus every year. And of course, here in Southern California, we have San Diego, Orange County, Inland Empire, the Desert Cities, multiple ones in Los Angeles County, all the way up the coast. And because this year we can't join in person and we can't have a real Paws for Prevention opportunity in person, so we wanted to put together this little YAPPY hour and really show how you and your pet or your dog, cat, whatever it may be, can get involved in the Out of the Darkness experience this year. Because we know that, and many of us here can attest to this, is that our animals not only provide companionship, but often help with our own mental health. I know Maya Boo Bear has kept me company many times when I have been feeling down or stressed out or anxious. He has this cute little habit of being super annoying when I'm stressed out. And I finally have learned, I think that's his way of trying to get me distracted. He did it this afternoon. So, but to get started, I did want to tell you a little more about the Out of the Darkness experience and kind of show you what we have going on this year. So if you haven't registered already, I encourage you to visit afsp.org/SoCal. This is our landing page for our Out of the Darkness experience. And to tell you a little more about this, so you may be asking, how do I get involved in Out of Darkness experience as a pet, as a parent, a pet owner? And what we really want to focus on tonight is to talk about how you and your pup can be part of the movement to fight suicide. Our theme this year is Together to Fight Suicide. And that doesn't mean just together as a community, it means together with our loved ones, our pets. So we have a special opportunity this year to really not only raise awareness of suicide prevention mental health, but also how we define our own wellness. So this year's Out of the Darkness experience is really about you. It's about defining what is important to you. Now on October 24th, you may walk, you may swim, you may paddleboard, you may soul cycle, you may go for a hike with your pup. It's about defining your experience. And what we're already seeing through our community is that many people are doing just that. And they're using their pups not only to help, create awareness in their communities, but also to raise funds that will support AFSP's work and go on to save lives. Now you may be asking, how do I do that? So we're going to be joined here tonight by one of our team captains from San Diego. Sam had a little bit of emergency and couldn't join us in person, but she put together this awesome video about her team and the work that she's doing.
Hey everyone, I'm Sam. This is Seamus. He is my 6-year-old Golden, and that is Frances over there, and she's every year I do the San Diego walk, and since everything was going to be virtual this year, I wanted to find a different way to be involved in raising money for the chapter. So I actually had met Lizzie through Instagram and in the dog community of Instagram through our dog accounts, and I had shared with her early on just my experience with losing my brother to suicide 8 years ago, and she shared her own struggle with mental health with me.
Hi everyone, I'm Lizzie. I met Sam, as she probably said, through the dog Instagram. This is my dog Obi. Say hi, Obs. He is a 7-month-old Australian Shepherd. So like Sam said, we met through Instagram and we realized that we had a lot in common. And then we started talking more, and she told me about her brother. And then I told her that I tried to commit suicide 10 years ago. And we really connected on that level and about all of that when we started talking about that more and how much this all meant to us. So we decided to connect and do this fundraiser.
Because we have dog accounts, we really wanted to do something fun and lighthearted that would get people talking about mental health and suicide prevention and awareness in a fun and lighthearted way. So we decided to do our own spin on America's Next Top Model, and that's when America's Next Top Paddle was born. So it'll be a contest style in our stories where people will vote on cute puppy pictures. It'll be a 4-week event launching on September 10th. month. We really wanted to do something starting on World Suicide Prevention Day, and wanted to also get Labor Day and everything out of the way so people would be more amped to be online and voting for other cute puppies.
So also, like Sam probably mentioned, we've met so many amazing dog moms and people and vendors through the dog Instagram community, and it's really been so amazing. Everybody's been so supportive of what we're doing. We haven't even launched the fundraiser yet, and we've already raised almost $2,000, over $2,000, which is awesome. And when we were reaching out to people to tell them about what we were doing in the fundraiser, a lot of people ended up like opening up and sharing their stories about how they had either tried to commit suicide, or they dealt with mental health issues, or they know somebody who died from suicide or suffered from attempting. And it's been so amazing having so many people just like open up to us and tell us their stories, because like Sam and I were virtually like strangers. Like, we talk all the time and we're friends, but we've never met these people. We just met through our dogs. So it's been really amazing. Everybody's been so supportive, and we're both really, really excited about this.
The support towards us and our event has been so amazing, and we're so excited for it. We really hope you guys will join or watch from afar, or send us cute pictures of your dogs. I will sneak some in the next slide for you guys so you can kind of see what people are doing. It's going to be really exciting, and I hope you guys will join us. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
So this is what's so cool about this year, is people are just getting so creative. Now, you don't have to have, I think she's up to 57,000 or 5,700 followers like Seamus and Francis do in order to do something like this, or Obi, who has, I think, even more. But it's just about getting involved, and an opportunity to not only, show off your pet, because we all know that we love showing off our four-legged ones, but also support the cause. So I encourage you that as a parent, if you'd like to get involved, go ahead and follow Seamus and Francis, and also Obi on Instagram. They've been posting consistently about their Next Top Paddle competition. They also have so many raffle items. And for a donation of AFSP, they're offering raffle tickets. You can win everything from customized shoes with your pet's photo on it, to a full portrait, dog toys, dog treats, everything in between. And if you are interested in supporting Sam's effort, you can also visit the website at the bottom of the screen to make a donation. So I'd love to spend a second and just and have a chance for people to share, like, how are you going to spend your October 24th? And if you don't know quite yet, what is something that maybe that you enjoy doing with your pet that you could do on that day? So I'm going to start with Jeanette, because I know you and Maya go on major adventures together.
Yeah, I'm super lucky. I live right by a bunch of really kind of phenomenal hiking trails, and I could probably stay within 5 miles of my home and still not get all the trails done ever. And I have a few favorites, of course, but yeah, Maya's always with me. She's always up for an adventure. There are times where she's the reason I get out of bed. So she's a huge, and I've only had her about a year. I had an old lab before, and he was just the best and the worst, as labs can be. But Maya's been with me about a year, and she's the best. And we will probably do a nice big hike on the 24th. I have a couple peaks I've been putting on my list. I'm not quite sure if I'm ready yet, but I might start doing that. I might pick out a peak that I've been meaning to do for a long time. Take Maya with me.
Go early and bring water.
Yes, all the water.
What about anybody else? Does anybody else have any ideas of what they may do with their four-legged one? Yeah, Jim and Penny.
Well, we're talking about walking the Heritage Trail in Valley Center. There's a Heritage Trail that runs from one end of the town to the other, so we thought it'd be fun to take the dogs and just walk the Heritage Trail.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have a lot of friends with dogs, so.
Sometimes I think I have more dog friends than I do human friends.
Yes. Sometimes they're better friends.
Callie, Katie, and I are going to likely hit up Dog Beach in Coronado early and practice our social distancing and Katie's obsession with her tennis ball.
Always a good place. One of my favorite. Oh, I think I have a visitor. Do I have him yet? A Boo Bear. Enticing with treats. Anybody else wants to share? Oh, this is not a Boo. This is another dog, but he can come join. Come on. I actually have 5 here right now. Come on. No, you know not to jump up here, huh? Come here. See if I can get, no. Well, they know. Hi, oh, there you are. Come on, Boo Bear. Come on. Come say hi. Come on. Come on. Ready? Ready? Oh, there's my boy. This is Mr. Abu. A Boo Bear is going for treats. Here, say hi. Look. There you go. I think Abu and I are going to find some water and definitely enjoy that. He's not much of a swimmer, but he does love to climb on the rocks and dig in the dirt. So we will be doing that. Anybody else like to share? Well, we definitely know that dogs play a huge role in our mental health. And I invited Michelle here tonight to kind of talk more about, I'll go ahead and screen share. Talk a little more about how lives are changed and lives are saved through our relationship with dogs. So Michelle, I will hand it off to you.
Thank you, Jessica, for inviting me this evening. It's great to be on such a platform that sharing with people that truly want better for our world and want to see others thriving in our communities. So tonight, you know, there's something so unique and special about the canine community, and it's a diversity that I love. It's the community, the passions. Like when I hear each of you speaking, I can like hear your passion that you have, not just for your dogs, but your community and the people that you have the opportunity to serve. And for me, when I started Golden State Service Dogs about, I think almost 9 years ago now, actually, I think this month or past month, I did it for hope. I saw that there were a group of individuals who were not being served in a timely manner. And that time is crucial. And I wanted to bring my expertise and passion that I had for dogs and dog training and serve a population that I saw was not being served either adequately or as needed. And that's, you know, a diverse population. And so that's not just military personnel. You know, some people think people in crisis who needs help right away. A lot of times we'll have military reach out to us and say, you know, they're telling me it's a 9-month wait list to get help for, you know, X, Y, and Z situation. And, you know, when there is mental health involved, a lot of times that time frame is not conducive or realistic to somebody. So I wanted to take that background of dogs and what we know from data that's been gathered, not with my organization, but on a global perspective. What we know that what animals specifically can do for humans. We're talking not just reducing blood pressure, not just reducing to an extreme anxiety and depression and other physical ailments, but we're seeing that, especially in the last 15 to 20 years, we're seeing that those mental and physical challenges and disabilities tackled and thrived at a higher rate than we've ever seen in history. So how do we do that? Well, we're taking that knowledge that we have and we're applying it. So, you know, with that in perspective, for what I offer clients and what I try to strive for other communities across the nation is looking at the person first, seeing what do they need immediately right away and what do they have access to. And most people just know that they either aren't doing good or they're in crisis. So if they have a dog, though, there are things usually the dog can start implementing immediately. Everything from helping them get out of bed in the morning and making that challenge, you know, that for some people, that's the biggest struggle of the day is, can I physically get out of the bed? Can I count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and can I get out of the bed? And, you know, dogs are being able to do that. Everything from that to like even night terrors, or a lot of people, especially during the COVID time, are struggling with sleeping, and various sleep disorders. And so even teaching the dog to sleep up against the body or on top of the body, it's kind of like the cutest and best weighted blanket. So, you know, there's a lot of medical documentation that comes into play. And whether somebody is diagnosed with a mental condition or disability or not, people are struggling right now. You know, with so much changes, so much with our community and our environments, that I think now more than ever is a greater time to have dogs to use as a preventative measure. And so even with children, a lot of children, especially, I know depending on where you're at in the country, but in Southern California, children right now are not able to attend school in San Diego. So they are feeling more secluded than they ever have. The reports in relation to symptoms that we would usually see for young adults or later adolescents, I'm seeing from 8-year-olds. So when we're able to start using a dog as a preventative measure, either for pressure points or to even alert them, like when they're on their desk and they're on their computer and they're getting frantic, you know, whether that's their physical body or it's their scent chemistry. So when you're really happy, a scent is released. When you're really sad, your dog instantly turns into the cutest therapist you've ever met. So, you know, it's things like that where we can help not only interrupt the behavior as a preventative, we can try and prevent episodes, medical episodes or situations from happening. So again, not only for just a whole health, if we look at the whole health and the benefits that owning an animal can do, I personally am biased to dogs. I love dogs, but it's implementing certain commands and obedience that are more beneficial for that person and their environment as well. And when I started, I'll kind of end on this note and answer any questions anybody has. I didn't know the impact I was going to have on families. And I can think of one person in particular, and this individual, he had attempted suicide twice already. And he was contacted, his wife actually contacted me while he was on a psych hold and explained their situation and explained that they needed a service dog. They qualified for one, but they couldn't wait 2 to 4 years. They needed one yesterday. And so when it was appropriate, we got them started right away. Long story short, fast forward 9 months down the road of active participation in their individualized training program. This is him training the dog. This is not me. I don't take that away from a client. I really feel that's part of the whole health benefit. His wife had come to me and pulled me aside and said, "You have no idea what you did for our family. Our marriage was on the verge of breaking down. Not only did I get my husband back, my children got their father back. You have no idea." And I just balled up because it's things like that at the end of the day, I think as a service provider, you don't always hear. You know, you don't always hear that feedback. You sometimes hear the complaints or the emergencies, but to know like, hey, this happened and it was a direct result of because somebody just said, yes, you can do this with your dog. And yes, you know, if you're putting in the work, I'm going to meet you there and we're going to see how far we can get. And I think that ability and that healthy boundary allows for people to grow and develop as a healthy preventative for their own mental health and that of their family and those that it affects.
Oh, I got a little emotional on that. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle and I actually met when I went to train a Boo in just basic obedience, but I loved her style, and then when she found out the work I did, it kind of blended together in a lot of ways. So Boo's been through a couple rounds of training and refreshers, but Michelle and I have been able to continue to work together. So because I think you can agree with this, that sometimes we all need a refresher. The refresher was probably for me more than it was for him.
Well, I might be a human trainer, but don't let the secret get out.
Oh, I have a question, and then we can open it up to everyone else. If someone feels that they or someone that they know would benefit from a psychiatric dog, what are the best steps to kind of make that happen?
So first, it would be to evaluate their current situation. If they're in crisis, then there needs to be other mental health preventatives or assistance that needs to take place immediately before they start service dog training. And that just might be like a 3 to 2 week window, you know. But we need to make sure, and the biggest thing I tell clients is you cannot rely 100% on your dog. At the end of the day, your dog is still an adorable, cute dog. They might be the most intelligent creature you've ever met, but you have to have other support structures in place. And that's for anyone. And so if somebody is like, hey, I think I need a service dog. I call them medical response. They're also referred to as psychiatric service dogs. The first thing would be, do you want to get a program dog? That means that the dog has already been trained or a great deal of training, and then they're have to go through that qualification process, usually with a program. And then that individual, the handler that needs the service dog, would go through an additional, usually it varies on the program, but usually it's in a 6 to 8 week program of training. So essentially the handler gets trained to make sure that the dog is paired well, that they're working together well, and it's a safe partnership or team. That's what I call our trainers or our program as team members. So for most programs, especially right now, it's a long wait list and it can be very costly even for our nonprofits. Some organizations, they average about $50,000 a dog. You tell that to, your average working American right now, they're like, I don't have 50 grand to spend on my mental health, but they're absolutely worth it. And that's where fundraising comes in to play. And then you have people, and I serve the other sector. So the individuals who are wanting to owner train is what it's referred to on a national level. So these are people that either have a dog with good standards or they're getting a dog and they want to be part of that training. And that's really where I came into going to school and getting my graduate degree in rehabilitation counseling, because I wanted that partnership. I saw so much more of a mental strength and ability that came through that process that I saw it more as a healing. So if people are looking to do that, they can go on my website, which is Golden State Service Dogs, or they can start looking for just other trainers who are qualified, not just as a dog trainer, but they also really need to understand the other side and perspective, which is, do they have a counseling background? Do they understand mental health? Are they making sure other measurements are in place as this team, a dog and the handler go through training together?
Wonderful. And I'm glad that you mentioned the difference kind of what you do versus, some of our nonprofit partners. We have a nonprofit partner that works a lot with our LA chapter called Paws for People. And they do a lot of, they train the dogs and match them up with the handlers. So I'm going to include both of those websites in the chat box. And if you're interested, you could definitely explore that. But does anyone else have questions for Michelle or Callie or Katie?
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to follow up with Michelle. I was diagnosed with cancer a few years back, and Michelle really helped me a lot. If it wasn't for her, I don't know what I would have done. I got Sachi to help me to go help and do, thank you, Sachi, to go help and do physical therapy with the Humane Society. And when I told Michelle what was going on with me, she had already met Sachi for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, not too long. But she decided from day one, when I told her, she said, Sachi is a good candidate for you and she will help you a lot. And I just wanted to thank Michelle for everything that she's done for me. And Sachi's right here helping me right now with my emotional stress.
She senses those that scent, right, Michelle?
Oh yes. Absolutely. Thank you, Maria. I'm glad that you know that we were able to do that and that you
She's right here.
Hey Sachi. No, we don't, and I know a lot of people on the platform, we don't get to choose when life crisis comes at us, but we can choose how we respond to it. And I think that's the greatest strength, you know, is knowing that, you know, life happens and, you know, just sometimes it's the strength of saying, hey, we can do this, you can do this. It's going to be not only fine, it's going to be great. And to just getting them through, not only getting them through that, but seeing them thrive. Just, you know, as Maria shared her story. Thank you for sharing that, Maria.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, because of them, I was able to get up in the mornings, and it was difficult at times for me to get up and just do daily things. With cancer, it really takes a toll on your body. So just to walk outside to get the mail was pretty grueling for me. And knowing that they relied on me, or they do rely on me, motivated me to get up and go out and get them their food and take them for not a long walk, but at least a little walk, just to continue life. I mean, it helped me a lot. Let's just put it that way. They saved my life. Because of them, I'm still here.
Absolutely.
And I think it's stories like that, like so many testimonies that come forward, you know, like Maria and other adults, but I'm now getting that more from children, which to me surprised me. Somebody who's been training dogs for 20 years and, you know, been a counselor for, I don't know, 9-10 years. That surprised me, and that was challenging. But you know, the automatic negative thoughts that we have in the mind, you know, it's really easy for a dog's cute little dorky face to come over and instantly snap you out of that and just going, oh, they just interrupted me. What's my next process in my mental health plan or my prevention? And so it's not so much training the dog has to be very well trained, but it's also the handler going, hey, my dog's paw alerting. I might be sending a really angry email that's having my scent chemistry go off the chart. Let me take a break. So it's still, at the end of the day, the human that has to go, hey, I need to do steps 1, 2, and 3 that are in my plan. And again, that's, you know, I'm sure Jessica knows the statistics on it, but I think it was something like 3 out of 4 adults will suffer some time in their lifetime like a mental health challenge. And that's because we can't plan out life to be perfect. And I just know no matter whatever comes at me or clients or business, like I've just seen animals do extraordinary things. And so because of that, I will continue to advocate and thrive for that as a part of people who choose to have that as their part of their mental health plan.
And we know, you know, you touched upon it, Michelle, we know right now more than ever, you know, people are struggling and people are experiencing mental health concerns for the first time in their life. We got a visitor. And that's why it's so important, as you say, to have that plan. And it is, you know, I love when you said about, you know, it's still the human who has to act or, you know, react. But our little 4-legged ones, like I said, they can be a distraction, an amazing distraction.
amazing, like, comedic relief. I'm like, Katie, why are you chasing your tail? I don't even know what I was thinking about 2 seconds ago, but thank you for that.
Absolutely. Does anyone have any other questions for Michelle? Well, I will share this, of course, if you are, interested in adding maybe your first or an additional four-legged one, I encourage you to reach out to your local rescues. The San Diego chapter partners a lot with a group called The Rescued Dog. That's actually where Abu came from. Abu was my first foster, but I knew by the time he crossed the threshold of the door, I knew he wasn't going anywhere. So, but they have an amazing program, and they do foster, they do adopt. They also do mutt match. So if you're looking for a specific dog with, a specific breed, size, behaviors, things like that, they can work with their fosters to match you up with a good dog. So I encourage you to reach out to them. And of course, if you're not from San Diego, visit your local, humane society or animal shelter or private rescue. There's a lot of them out there. And if you have any questions, I did post both the Golden State Service Dogs website as well as pawsforpeople.org. And then of course you have my email as well, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. So before we wrap up this evening, I did want to take, as long as it's okay for everybody, if we can get our pups maybe in our pictures, take a quick picture so that we can share on social media afterwards. And if you don't have a pup, that's okay too. Grab your otter, grab your anything. See if I can get my guy up back here. Abu bear. Abu. Come on. Come here. Oh, you gonna join me? Come on. I have to admit, I'm very proud of myself, Michelle, because he does not want to get up here. He knows he's not supposed to get up here. Okay, ready? Everyone in the picture. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Okay, you can go down now. Yes, you're not in trouble. Here you go. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are going to eventually, I will send the picture to everyone, but we will post this, we'll edit this and post it on social media as well. And again, if you haven't registered, afsp.org/SoCal, I will pop that into the chat box real fast. Get registered. Join us on October 24th. And now that you're part of our email distribution list, you'll also be hearing more information about Suicide Prevention Week, which launches on Sunday. And the San Diego chapter is going to be doing kind of a special promotion with a dog bandana. So keep your eye out for that, because we want to make sure to get those dog bandanas out to all of our four-legged friends. So again, thank you. If you have any questions, I'll stick on for a little bit. I think Michelle will too. We have about 9 minutes left. But other than that, enjoy your evening. Go feed your pets if you haven't already. And we will see you soon. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Jessica. Good to see you.
Bye. Bye, Bye, Bye.